Welcome back, you wonderful aspiring witches. If you've already been practicing the first 3 rules of magic, then you're ready for the 4th. Be sure to review the first 3 lessons once more and follow me. The 4th rule of magic is everything in its own time. Magic follows the rhythm of the stars, the flow of time, and the laws of energy. Aspiring magicians often wonder, why doesn't it work right away? Why don't I get the same results as others? Even the young wizard Harry Potter, though incredibly talented, struggled for a long time to master magic and even lagged behind his classmates. Do you remember that? If you truly wish to learn how to work wonders, remember this. Every desire is born first in the subtle realm, the world of the future, the world of dreams. There, it must take root, be charged with energy and emotion before it can flow from the future into the present and finally manifest in the material world. This is the principle of the right time. That is the essence of the 4th magical law. Everything in its own time.
It seemed as if an endless rain of thought forms and images was pouring from the heavens. As he neared the dense earthly world, they became clearer, more visible, and even tangible. And this continued until the thing, phenomenon, or object took on its physical form. Then they would enter the world of Umai and completely disappear from this realm.
For a magician, a wizard, or a shaman, always works first with the energies of the subtle plane. They create what is desired in the dream world, drawing upon the power of spirits, the support of the egregore spirit, nature, and the elements. They shape their desire, and when a favorable astrological alignment occurs, that desire materializes and becomes reality in our physical world. A magician understands that the universe, in this way, tests their readiness for the great gift it has prepared. The universe reminds us that magic requires not just a wish, but also steady action filled with faith and determination. The more faith, trust, and gratitude we carry within us, the more our desire is nourished, and the faster it manifests in the physical world. When we shape a desire, it is essential to remember that the energy we invest in it must be pure. It often happens that after a ritual, instead of directing their energy toward creation, a person, perhaps even unconsciously, channels it into doubt, fear, or worse, into criticism. This means that the bright and pure energy that once filled them is transformed into negativity. This completely destroys the event that was created on the subtle plane and prevents its realization. My dear ones, we must be aware that dark spirits and entities are always on the hunt for luminous energy, but they cannot feed on it. For them, only dark and negative energy serves as a source of nourishment. This is precisely why, when a dark spirit attacks a person who is filled with light energy after attending our events, courses, or rituals, their aura shines so brightly that the dark beings cannot feed on them. But what if it's a case of persistent larvae that have already grown accustomed to feeding on this very person? What are they to do then? They will try to transform all this luminous energy into darkness so they can consume it. To achieve this, they whisper doubts into the person's mind, sowing criticism and negativity, so that they begin to condemn everything they once believed in unconditionally. And if a person gives in to this influence of darkness, then all the light energy they have received from angels and luminous spirits is turned into darkness and negativity. This means that the larvae and dark spirits can now feed on it. To them, It is a grand feast, and the more they indulge in it, the more intensely and rapidly they implant new negative thoughts into the person's mind. That is why the worst thoughts to have after an event are, I won't succeed. Maybe this isn't for me. Why don't I see results? Why does everyone else have them except me? Maybe none of this is real? Maybe they don't have results either. These are exactly the doubts that turn positive energy into negative and destroy the vision that has already taken form on the subtle plane. Just imagine that. That is why, my dear ones, it is so important to remember the fourth rule of magic: everything in its own time. It is essential not to complain, not to curse the force, not to cast blame or pass judgment, but instead to believe, to pray, to love, and to make efforts with gratitude. And do you know who is the brightest example of the realization of the fourth magical law? My dear ones, it is Cinderella. The beloved tale of Cinderella teaches us that when we fulfill our purpose with gratitude and love for the world and all living beings, when we help others and, despite the injustices of the world, do not complain but continue to radiate light, kindness, and love, then the moment arrives, that astrological aspect in which the stars unite in the sky so that our wish may come true. Cinderella dreamed of living in the palace. She wanted to share love, light, and joy, and that is exactly what she did, despite all the hardships imposed upon her. She never complained. She sang, she gave thanks, and she danced. And then the time came when she became a princess. That is why, remember this, my dear ones. There are 3 important rules for your wish to come true. First, hold on to your faith. Strengthen your intention every day by filling it with light, gratitude, and love. Second, avoid negativity. Even the slightest shadow of doubt can weaken the power of your energy, and the miracle will not happen, or you will delay it even further. Third, wait for the astrological moment. The universe itself will show you when your longing can become reality. This is the greatest secret of a magician. For a true magician understands that every challenge in life is not an obstacle, but a key to success, to greatness, and to the triumph of love and joy. When a magician creates an event on the subtle plane, they wait patiently until it aligns with the astrological aspect and manifests. Trust in the rhythms of the universe, strengthen your magic, and remember, everything in its own time. Your miracle is already waiting for its moment.
I had been walking on the spiritual path for a long time. I attended events, practiced spiritual exercises, prayed, and followed recommendations. Yet the desired results never came. Money was always short. There hadn't been a man by my side for several years. And worst of all, my son. His legs hurt so much that he could only move with crutches. That winter was especially cold. I couldn't afford the heating, and I fell asleep in an icy apartment, bundled up in everything I had. I prayed passionately, but nothing changed. At one point, I just wanted to give up, forget about the events, and stop believing. Yet the mentors told me everything has its time. Keep going, accumulate good karma, and you will witness a miracle. I gathered my strength and continued. Meditations, rituals, spiritual practices, communicating with spirits through amulets, everything was done with even greater devotion. And when the favorable moment arrived, my star hour came. Everything appeared at once like a stream of light. Money came easily and in abundance. I met a man with whom I am now building a family. We bought a house by the sea. Now I live in a warm country where the sun embraces me every day. And my son, every morning he runs barefoot along the beach with our dog. Without pain, without crutches, free and happy. I shudder to imagine what might have happened if I had abandoned the events and not waited for that favorable moment. I I would have been overwhelmed with doubt and fear, and I could have squandered all the good karma on negativity. My son might never have been able to walk, and I would still be living in poverty and cold. But I stayed on the spiritual path, endured all the trials, and received more than I ever dreamed possible. I truly feel like Cinderella in a magical fairy tale.
If you enjoyed this video and are truly ready to become a real sorceress, then give this video a like. Share it with others, because it is so important to know the laws of magic and work miracles to transform this world and make it more beautiful and filled with happiness. Subscribe to our channel and activate the bell, because the next lesson is coming soon.
In our extreme times, when the fate of the entire planet is at stake, it is crucial for the knowledge of angels and benevolent spirits to spread as quickly as possible, globally, and reach thousands of people. In this way, we can change the future of all humanity. Which is why we are addressing you, dear soul of light. Spread the knowledge about our wise books and films. Share links to videos or cartoons. All of this is available and free. Invite women to individual practices, webinars, and seminars. And the Great Spirit of Light will help you and your family. It will direct an enormous amount of energy to fulfill all your desires. Benevolent spirits and angels will assist you and your loved ones in all matters. A thread of light and love extends from your heart to the hearts of thirsty women, and the creation of good and the dissemination of enlightened knowledge throughout the world begins. Become part of the mission of light. Help people, and God will help you.